Morning. Parked here. Keith Bennett Memorial. The Moors murders. And Pennine Way drops down past Wessenden Reservoirs and all that. We're on a little 8 mile or so tootle. I'll just clip me back on me camera back on there. We've got Old Moss TV transmitter up onto Black Hill. I've just got a bit of road walk to do. I've just got to walk up about 1.5 miles, I think, to that clough there. There's Shiney Brook there, so I've got to go over to the second clough down, which is Hoe Grain. Try and find a path down Hoe Grain to Shiney Brook Clough. That should bring me out to a waterfall around there, back along the dam wall, carry on down over the next dam wall to another waterfall, I believe, then back round. Met my way over there. I can't see it now because I've just dropped downhill, but over to I think it's Scope Moss or Meltham Moor, West Nab trig point, as well as the B17 Flying Fortress. I've been to those before, but not for quite a few years. I think when I first started hiking, really, more or less. So quite a while. So time for a revisit. Marsden Moor, Wessenden Head. And it's on this road section. Just gotta go up over at crest of this a little way before I break off into the Badlands. And see car from here, so I parked in that lay-by. Just walked down and round. And that's nearmost Grain. I was going to carry on a little bit further up to Hoe Grain. There's a bit of a sort of lay-by there, but it's all blocked off. So I've had to park all the way back down there to see if there's a path down it or if it's going to be off-piste. And then it's how the ground a little bit frozen, so that might be good if there is no trail. A bit more firm ground underfoot. That bigger clough down there is where I'm heading, so I've got to go over here and then break right or northish and drop into Shiney Brook. Here's the turn off point, so that's the first road section done. So there's a bit of a lay-by here, but they've blocked it. So now must be a little bit of a trail. Let's see how good it is and how squishy it is. Some little icicle formations down there. But yeah, that's the road there. So now off down here, down Hoe Grain, sorry, to get to the Shiney Brook Clough. By there, and I just walk in here. Definitely not a path. Most definitely not a path. And carrying on down here now to intercept Shiney Brook Clough, which is, I presume, that one what's crossing me on the right, at 90 degrees down there. I've just got to bug over a fence and carry on down, and then we should be on path for a fair bit until I get up on top of there, and then maybe a bit of off-piste on that bit. this road at top, just so I just come down off piste, downside of Hoe Grain. So I've actually intersected a bit of a path for the first time. So where I'm heading, I say, is up on top of there to B17 to Trig Point, and then there's bit of road walk back down to the car. Yeah, there's, say, Shiney Brook Clough here, which allegedly has a path going up it, or partially. I think there's a bit of make it up as you go along. Find a way of crossing this super cold, icy, covered rocks. Obviously short up there, but super. I did this other day on Clough. It was proper sketchy, only a little flat rock but covered in moss. So with it being cambered as well, no chance. This is looking promising. Do I try and step on the end as a 1 and then over, or do I try and go up 1, 2 and over? Therein lies the trick. I'll go for the 1 step. I gotcha. Always make them look harder than they actually are, but it's worth giving them a bit of respect. You don't know what you're going to step onto, and it's certainly not going to be a temperature for swimming. Shiney Brook Clough should kill me around to the top of a waterfall, I believe. I had to cross stream about 4 times. Path keeps swapping sides. Fortunately, oh yeah, bugger. I'm gonna say fortunately it's not been that slippy, as he says. He nearly went in. So over that one, possibly just around this corner. Should open up a bit, but the river's there's the side of the waterfall bit, I think. So hopefully no more river crossings, because it's certainly widening out. They've all been fairly manageable up till now, but if they start to get silly wide, that might be a different animal. But that looks to have a nice covering on, so yep, not big enough to break it. So that's not flowing at the moment. People or person, first person I've seen. So it's just around here, I guess, is the first reservoir. I'll sort of turn back that way across the dam and then back along that path there, and there should be another 2 reservoirs down below me. Yeah, so there's 1 reservoir, there's the second one. So this is Wessenden Head Reservoir. So across the dam wall, turn left, down to Wessenden Reservoir. Now on this low path, taking me down to Wessenden Reservoir. So I've got down there, across the dam wall and around into the head of that clough that's appearing off to my left, because there's a waterfall up there. So I'm going to have a look, see what that's doing. There's Wessenden Head dam wall up there, which I came across, and now down here. I'll go across here now and around that corner. Geese! Go to where I'm going to falls, and then backtrack across there, and then up that side in some manner. Just talking to 3 guys there. Apparently the waterfall is in flow, so that's good. They were saying about that route down there, and then there's a path down a bridge and back up. So apparently it's quite doable, so I'll give that a go to looking at on way back. Bicycles. Starting to get a few little snow flurries. Sure, they come in here wild swimming in summer. What I'm going to do, or we're going to carry on around here and look at that original route I was going to go, but because it's now started snowing a little bit, obviously it's potentially going to get worse. So I'm just going to drop here, break drone out quickly to fly that while there's nobody about especially, and then I'll backtrack, and then I can assess from there whether I need to abort the West Nab section to the wreck and just bug out back to the car. But I know they've dumped quite a bit of snow a bit further south, so it's obviously working its way up this way. I don't really want to get nailed down 50 miles from home sort of thing. So we shall see what's what shortly. Just get drone up first. Okay. Just waterfall's just round corner, so I've just had drone up. It started snowing, which was forecast, but for a little bit later, so that sort of changed the plan a little bit. Visibility's dropped up on top. That's the top of the hill I was going up to, which is where the next sort of targets were. The B17 and the West Nab trig point, but that's going to be another sort of 3 miles back to the car at least, every time I get up there, around and back down. And obviously with this coming in and it's starting to settle, it's only very fine, but it won't take much to change the game. So I'll head back to the car and get out of Dodge before it settles. So that away, I can get my gloves on and hit it. very, very fine flakes, but it's left a covering and still going. So hot foot it back to the car. There's Wessenden Head dam wall coming up in front of me, about half a mile, and then I've got about same again, ballpark, to get to the road. But I'll just carry on this path basically up the left hand side of the reservoir. Wessenden Reservoir dam wall down there, so hot footed back up here. That's where I came down earlier, down Shiney Brook Clough. So here's the dam wall again for Wessenden Head Reservoir. But how quick it changes. I got woolly at, just took it off to regulate. It'll soon heat up. Visibility's clearing a little bit. I just took the eye trail. I've got to come on the main one. But all the roads lead to Rome and all that. Right, final push. That's Wessenden Head Reservoir, and the road and the car is just at that fence line up yonder. That's it. The Benign Way. Again, the Keith Bennett Memorial. Uh, 7.22 miles, 3 hours 36 minutes.